What's going on, people? Today, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the 5 things you need to do in 2020. If this is your first time here, this is Glendon Cameron, your hustling godfather. What's going on? We're going to talk about what you need to do in 2020. The 5 things that you need to do. Give me a second. I'm trying to do something new here. Hopefully, a lot of folks are chilling. A lot of folks are in a situation where they're having a good year, where things are going well, where things are doing what they need to do. All right, Agent J Pool, that's good to know, because there's a lot of people who have missed out on some live streams because YouTube is a hater. It's one of the strangest things in the world. But it's the end of the year, mere hours, 5.5 hours from now, we're going to be in 2020. And we're going to talk about these things that you need to do. One of the things that I am going to do is I'm going to bring the text notification list back and some other stuff. I'm going to bring all that back. I'm going to get back on top of my game. So we're about to get it. We're about to make it happen. We are about to, here we go. All right. I'm cooking with gas. I'm cooking with gas right now. Yep, Fred, it is. And we're going to talk about that a little later. All right. So, what are these 5 things that you need to do in 2020? Everybody needs to get on a budget. I've got this saying that a lot of people disagree with, but even millionaires need budgets. Everybody got to get on the budget. Everyone's got to start managing their money properly. Because if you live in America, and more than likely if you're watching this, you are an American citizen, one of the big things that happens is you need money to live in these United States of America. You got to be on your money, because this is not Africa, this isn't Israel, this isn't a third world country. You live in the United States of America, and money matters, and how you spend and manage your money matters. So this is, if you don't have a budget in 2020, you're going to put yourself on a budget. A bubblegum budget, as I like to call it. Well, everything, including the bubble gum, is accounted for in your budget. All right. We got Canada up in here. Cool. So you're going to get a budget, a written budget for all of your, write down. And whatever doesn't get spent in mortgage, car payments, that goes straight to a savings account. So everybody's going to get a budget. Second thing you're going to do in 2020, if this applies to you, you're going to get your credit straight or make your credit better. There are many of you out there who have okay credit. You got like a 710, 720, 730, but you don't have maximum credit. And there's many of you out there who have your credit is just toe up. Let's just put it politely. Your credit is toe up. Your credit is a boogeyman. If your credit showed up and tapped you on the shoulder, you'd be because your credit is ugly. 2020, We're going to be fixing our credit because even if you own a business, even if your business makes you a lot of money, Omni and the Hellcat, he put it on there. It's like his credit was so bad he couldn't get the merchant account. So he had to go into partnership with someone else using their financial credentials to get a merchant account for his business. You know, there was some payola in there. So in 2020, you're going to get your credit straight. You're going to work on it. You're going to start improving it. You're going to start getting secure credit cards. You're going to do whatever you need to do. And if you have good credit, you're going to make it better. Because if you have good credit, just doing an app-o-rama, APP-O-Rama, can get you tuned up like 2 or 3 app-o-ramas next year. And you could be sitting on $80,000 to $150,000 in open credit lines. And I'm gonna tell you how to do the app-o-rama. This is like if you got bad credit, if your credit is scary, if your credit's a boogeyman, you're gonna start working on that. And if your credit is good, you're gonna run 2 or 3 app-o-ramas. And the app-o-rama is when you apply for 5 or 7, sure thing, Brandon, 5 or 7 credit cards in one evening. Then you're gonna wait 3 to 6 months, then you're gonna do it again. Then you're gonna wait 3 to 6 months, then you're gonna do it again. And this is gonna, because essentially what it's gonna do is give you a lot of new credit and set you up for even more credit in the future. Because credit is a strange beast. It is very easy to get credit when you don't need credit. Let me say this again. It's real easy to get credit when you don't need credit. I've got several people throwing off like, you've been pre-approved for this auto loan. You've been pre-approved for these credit cards. You've been because I don't need credit. I don't have any debt. I don't need credit. So when you're in a position where you don't need credit, it's very easy to get. So you're going to improve your credit or you're going to fix your credit. Number 3 is really, really big. Number 3, you're going to create an environment of success. Now, what is creating an environment of success? Number 1, you're going to remove toxic people. If you're in a bad relationship, you're going to get out the bad relationship. Either you're going to make the relationship better or you're going to move on. You're going to also set up an office in your house. Because there's a lot of people who try to start businesses off of the kitchen table. And you're going to create an office. Because like I'm going to tell you, one of the things that helps me be productive, we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff in B School for Hustlers, is this is already set up. All I have to do is just sit down, create a thumbnail, boom. It's a system, it's a process, it's an environment of success. So you're going to start creating environments of success for yourself. You're going to have to set yourself up. You're going to create a home office, in which you're going to have a very clean home office. Like, actually, I have 4 home offices, but let me just go ahead. What? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is off of the master bedroom, but this is my editing suite. This is where I edit my videos. So I have 3 computers that I can edit videos. And once again, you want to create redundancy on things that make you money. You want to have backups and systems. Like that computer over there is my most powerful computer. I can do heavy duty. I can edit 4K. I can edit 4K on this one. I can also edit 4K on my laptop, but it's a little slow. May upgrade the laptop, don't know. But this is my environment of success. I wake up, I go in, brush my teeth, throw some water on my face. This morning I hit the treadmill. Then I came in here and I started working. So you want to set it up where you could just pop into your office, sit down, and start being productive. You don't want to have to set your office up or clear off the kitchen table and all this other stuff. Look, if you have no choice and if that's your situation, okay, I got it. I understand. But you want to create environments of success. You want to create networks of people who support you. Look, your family is who your family is. You got to deal with them. But you don't have to deal with them all the time, and you don't have to have them all up in your business. Go to the cookout, go to the family reunion, see them then. But you don't have to talk to them, because if they're not supporting you on your path of success, I'm going to set that up next year. I'm going to set the text notification next year, because there's a lot of people who are coming in and they're like, hey, I missed this stream. YouTube didn't tell me. Skynet, as Erica Williams calls it, Skynet. All right. So the fourth thing you're going to do is develop the hustler's mindset. The hustler's mindset is a mindset of abundance. You're not going to let little small hiccups throw you back, knock you off the path. You're not going to be in a situation where strange little things that happen create havoc. What you're going to do is develop the hustler's mindset. And I have a free audio book I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if that link's here, but I will make that available after this stream is over if it's not under there. The hustler's mindset is, I will achieve, I will do what I want, I will live my life on my terms. So you're going to develop the hustler's mindset. You're going to develop an abundance mindset. There are so many scarcity mindsets out there. What if I do it and it doesn't work? Like every day, there are people out here competing, developing Shopify stores. And people are like, well, who's going to buy from my Shopify store with Amazon? All these little kids out here getting rich while you sitting there scared. I keep finding these kids who started a Shopify store, who learn how to run Facebook ads, who are making money because they have the hustler's mindset. So what, I'm a kid? So what, I'm in high school? Don't start me a business. Imagine if you did that when you were in high school. If you had the hustler's mindset that early in life, what would your life look like now if you had the hustler's mindset at that point in your life? So that's the fourth thing you're going to do. And the fifth thing you're going to do, you're going to increase your income. Yep, you're going to increase your income. Because if you're one of the 80 million Americans that make less than $33,000 a year, you got to increase that income. Because you're not in a position to invest. I'm gonna be really unvarnished with you guys. So what? You got an extra $1,000. You really need to have, this is how investing works. Investing works with consistent investment amounts or a huge lump sum. Like if you had 150K and you didn't need that money and you go out and buy yourself a $150,000 annuity, and in 15 years that annuity will pay you $150,000 a year for the rest of your life. Okay, that works. But $1,000, what's up, Blake? But $1,000 sporadically ain't really gonna do that much. I did the calculation of $1,000 invested with a 7% return over 30 years is only $29,000. And I say only 30 years? That is, 1/3 of your life. One or half of your adult life. So, that really ain't gonna hit it. So you want to increase your income so you can create investments, so you can set things up, so you can go ahead and live the life that you want. So real quick, 1 through 5, the 5 things you're going to do in 2020. Get on the budget, get your credit straight and improve your credit, create a success environment, develop the hustler's mindset, increase your income. Miss Landy, should I start off with the how to make money class or the how to never be broke again class? You want to start off with this bad boy right here. B School for Hustlers, because I'm cooking with gas. You really want to go ahead and get this. How to start a service business quick, fast, and cheap. And that includes the money management course. Well, I will teach you how to make money webinars and how to start a service business quick, fast, and cheap. The price of this is going up. So you want to go ahead and grab that course. So that's what you're going to start off with. Because, I've been doing this a while, and there's a lot of you who are working hard. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You don't know where to start. And if how to start a service business is for you if you don't really know what you want to do. Because you can start a service business with little to no money. You can start a service business very quickly in your spare time and start making money. And you can start a service business and learn how to run a business. This is one of the things that's going to happen when you... All right, hold on. Let me... So, let me get back on my train of thought. So one of the things that you want to do is set yourself up for success. Let's say you just out here living your life, paying your bills, and you have this urge, this desire to start a business, and you don't really know what you want to do when you grow up. Start a service business, and this will teach you how to run your business. All right. All right. We've got some strangeness in the chat room. But let me go ahead and tell you how I learned how to do all of this. And this is what starting a service business and doing these 5 things. Getting on a budget, very, very important. Even millionaires need budgets. Omni the Hellcat, if he had a budget, if he had a financial team around him, Even when all of they came out and seized everything, because see, here's how the law works. He's got children and he's married. If he had accounts in his children's name and in his wife's name, when the feds came after him, they couldn't have seized that money that was allotted in his children's name in a custodial account or his wife's name. They couldn't have seized it. How do I know this? Bernie Madoff, the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. Some of that money was in his son's names, in his wife's name, and they did not seize that money. They only seized the money that was in his name. Like I said, everyone loves Omni. He's a nice guy and everything, and he's motivating. He has these motivating chats. He don't really know how to, because essentially this was a relatively recent thing for him to come up. In 2016, he was broke. It's only 2019, 2017, 2018. So he had 3 really good years. If he had assembled the appropriate team, if he had a better understanding of finances, getting on the budget, get your credit straight, create a success environment, develop the hustler's mindset, increase your income, he wouldn't be where he is now. Lieutenant Johnson owned nothing, controlled everything. Yeah. He could have put that money, once again, and if you're part of the 80 million people in this country who make less than $33,000 a year, you're not in a situation where you can accumulate wealth. Miss Dunn, Ludacris placed a boat in his daughter's name, among things, for the same reason. They come after you, they can't seize assets that are in other people's names. Google Omni and the Hellcat. Because see, let me go ahead and tell you where I learned all this stuff. I learned the majority of this stuff while I was in the storage auction business. I knew about LLCs before I got in the storage auction business, but the selling, the marketing, because when I came to YouTube in 2009, I knew that I had, because I just did some simple research. I went to this blog and, my goal was very modest. My goal was to make $50,000 per year online. And I gave myself 2 years to do it. 2 years. And I approached this channel like a business person from day one. All right. When I would do something that would work, I would do more of it. No one had to tell me that I had to show up and make videos. When I saw a direct correlation, with videos, to tell stories, that people buy the book, I start telling more stories. Here's something that's funny, a lot of people don't know. I literally had to get in my car and drive to the storage facility to jog my memory with some of these stories. That's what I had to do, because I was like, all right, when I was here, I got this, and it just refreshed my memory. And the more stories that I told, the more money that I made. Well, here's the thing, Trav. Let's say you went ahead and you were Omni and you put the money in your son's account and you put the money in your wife's account. They ain't got to prove nothing. Sounds aside, for Omni was making 100K a day, I would have been invisible. That fool was buying supercars on YouTube every week. The feds were like, oh, hell no. I think they were on to him before he even started YouTube. because the kind of case they built against him took some time. It took probably a year or two. So they were on him before he even started YouTube. But no, like right now, let's say, you were part of my family and I took $1 million out of my account and I gave it to you and I put it in your account. Wrote a check with your name on it. You put it into your account. There ain't nothing nobody can do to you. The government may look at that like, well, we want some tax money off of that. That's the extent, and that the chances of that happening are very unlikely. Sounds the cipher once the money's been in the account a while, it becomes seasoned. This is something that like, you can go out and buy an insurance policy today. In 2 years from the day that you bought, the 2 years in a day from the date you bought that policy, you could commit suicide and that policy will still pay off your beneficiaries. So sounds of the cipher once the money's been in the account a while, it becomes seasoned. Yep. Typically a year or two, there ain't nothing nobody can do, regardless of where you got the money. Regardless. BK Pro, what if I already have the money management course and want to get the Star Service business? I see it's already in the bundle. The price of that's going up, so jump on that BK Pro. And I've added more stuff to it. Johnny Turbo, seems like a man living on the edge needs unconfiscatable currency. Well, once again, if you know how to lace your business, like right now with my company, I don't have a lot of stuff in my name. Like my BMW is in the company's name. It's not in my name. This house is in the company's name. It's not in my name. So if someone came after me and tried to seize some stuff, they'd be like, Glenn and Cameron, we got warrants to possess whatever you own. And I'd be like, I don't own nothing. This computer is in the company name. Everything's in the company name. Once again, once you get into the LLC game, the whole thing is to mitigate risk. What could create risk? What represents risk? And once you get the kind of money that Omni and the Hellcat had coming in, risk is all around you. There are so many ways, because, he should have layered some of that money in his family's name. He seems to be close to his father. He should have put some money in his dad's name. He should have put some money in his wife's name. He should have put some money in his children's name. He'd been good. Because essentially, here's the thing. How many of y'all know rich people personally? Someone that's a good friend or a family member that you know is a millionaire. Most of you don't. Which means having money is atypical. It's rare. Like if you were taking all of the millionaires and putting them together, like let's say there's like 20 million millionaires in America right now. And the vast majority of them, like 90% of them, are millionaires because of property, the house they own, and retirement funds and stuff. All that adds up together, makes them a millionaire. Once you raise the number to a net worth of 5 million, the number drops. You get to 10 million, most of those folks are not in the $10 million club. Literally, there's 2,600 families around the world who are billionaires with net worths. I think there's like 5,000 people, 5,500 people on the planet with a net worth north of 500 million. there's probably less than 10,000 people on the planet with a net worth of 100 million. 10,000 out of 7.5 billion people. All right, Mr. Big. Sounds a cipher. I was an underwriter. A lady was getting a mortgage for 4 million. She had $100,000 cash deposit on her bank statement. She had to prove where she got it. Once again, cash. People bug out about cash because it's so untypical. That's funny. If it was a gift, she wouldn't have to pay it back. Once again, this whole thing with money, in large sums of money, is atypical. Do you know that you running your business, if you become $1 million depositor, meaning that you have $1 million or more in the bank, cash money, they're going to treat you all kinds of special. Because it's just not, I mean, there's a lot of branches don't have $1 million depositor. I know on the internet they make it seem like getting $1 million is super easy, but the reality is having substantial sums of income, having a lot of money is rare. It's rare because people are not educated on money. Like, once again, you got to have certain things set up for the future. Because, with Omni and the Hellcat, he keeps putting out misinformation because he doesn't know any better. I don't think he's intentionally trying to mislead people. He just doesn't know any better. Like this tax lady, Google the tax lady who talked about Omni and the Hellcat, and she broke it down where he was just putting out this misinformation because he doesn't know any better. He figured out a way to hack Fire Stick, get people on his Gears TV app. It blew up overnight, and it lasted 3 years. And the lesson that we can learn here is once you get your money up, you want to create trust LLCs to hold on to the money. Because it ain't about how much money you make, it's how much you get to keep. And he only lived like that for 3 years. And and also the YouTube channel, if he hadn't started a YouTube channel, he'd be broke. YouTube channel makes $50K a month. That's 600,000. It's funny now that he be complaining about prices and stuff because now he's on the budget. That's the craziest thing. He's on the budget now. And he should have been on the budget even when he had all that money coming in. Because even millionaires need budgets. I know it's this fantasy that many people think I win the lottery and I can just dip into this because it's a set amount of money. It's not an infinite amount of money. It's a set amount of money. And I know 5 million, 10 million sounds like a lot of money, but when you spending it like a crackhead, well, my boy Bubba, he has his ideal to open up a bar. Here's 250K to him. Well, my mama got to get a house, so you buy your mama a house, you buy your mama a car, then you tell your mama she don't have to work, so you got to cut your mom a check for about 5 to 10K per month, and all of a sudden, you look in your account that had 10 million, and like, whoa, I'm down to 7 million. Oh my goodness, I'm down to 5. Oh man, I'm down to $1 million, and I got all these bills. Even millionaires need budgets. Because once again, what we're going to do in 2020 is create a lot of financial education for the people who just really don't know. You don't need to be making 50K and have a $65,000 car in your driveway. That's foolishness. All right, Barbara, do you think his flex was too hard? No, no, no. It was his business model. It wasn't the YouTube, the feds, and all that. It wasn't his flexing. They were on to him already. Because I looked up the IPTV world, and he's not the only one. A lot of these guys get into IPTV, and they start stealing content and reselling the content. He did not surround himself with a team. He just didn't, because he didn't know any better. Douglas Jones, Scripps family of Scripps Detroit press friend granddaughter inherited $110 million at 21. Less than 15 years, she was down to less than 5 million. Even millionaires need budgets. Even millionaires need to show some restraints because, like, here's the thing. It's never going to happen because I don't play the lottery, but if I won something like $500 million, I would spend every last penny on income producing real estate. I wouldn't even wait. I would be going, I would assemble me a team, a due diligence team, and immediately start buying income producing property. Spend all of it. Mr. Big, I know guys like that. They're more worried about looking like they have it rather than actually having it. Yeah, because one of the things that you guys have got to understand, proper money management habits are so important. And one of the things that makes my heart feel so good is more and more of these NBA players and NFL players are starting to save their checks. You're seeing this story of a guy who's in the NFL, he only lives on 60,000 because they know. Like I was watching, I think it was the New York Jets. And the guy has said there was only 3 guys that were on the team that were there 4 years ago. So all those other cats are gone. So once again, Douglas Jones, she had her son locked up for 9 years claiming he ripped her off. He's still in prison. When you get money, it's easy getting friends, especially if you're an Omni and a Hellcat type, buying dinners, always spending money for the crew. People love that. People eat that up with the big spoon. Like, oh, you gonna pay for the steak dinner? I'm eating. I'm showing up every time. You gonna pay? So, once again, um, one of the things that you got to understand is one of the greatest superpowers you can develop is developing the ability to make money without a job. You do that, your life will change. And once again, these 5 things, once again, I'm going to go through them again. Get on a budget, get your credit straight, create a success environment, develop the hustler's mindset, increase your income. Each one of those things is going to make your life better. Fair weather friends and frenemies multiply the more you get, especially if you come from nothing. I learned that the hard way. Everyone is proud of you and everyone's your friend until you stop giving the money away. And this is about this goes back to creating your success environment. If Omni in a Hellcat had created a success environment, instead of hating and beefing with his neighbors, and he developed relationships, I mean, they were in that neighborhood. They were making money. They were making money. They were making money. So one of the things that you've got to understand is you got a lot of money. But if you don't know what to do with a lot of money, you will not have a lot of money long. Douglas Jones, she inherited the money in the early 80s, which means in 2019 dollars, that 110 million was like 225 million. See, once again, this is why this 2 to 3 year process that I'm talking about. Like, if you're a normal person with a normal job, making like 30 some thousand dollars a year, and if I was to snap my fingers and instantly change it where you were making 150, you would freak out a little bit. You'd be happy. It's like, I got more money, I can do more things, I can buy more stuff, but you're not accustomed to having 150K a year. Who do we have to look at what goes on when someone goes from broke to rich? Check out these draft dudes. This is what I'm saying. I'm seeing more and more of the NFL guys hold on to that money. Beast Mode, who's playing for Seattle again, he spent his endorsement money and he saved his NFL checks. And I think he got into real estate. They're just starting to do so many smart things with this money because, like, Greg McElroy used to be Alabama quarterback. He played for the Jets for 2 or 3 years. Then he went into broadcasting. You know, he can have a 40-year, 7-figure career. Go ahead and Google Google what Stephen A makes. Stephen A makes more money than Nick Saban. Booger McFarland makes $6 million a year, half a year talking trash, being a commentator. This is why Greg Aikman got into it, because for some of these guys who played back in the day, the money they're making in broadcasting is more money than they made when they played. Charles Barkley, prime example. He's making more money in broadcasting than he made when he played. So once again, there's so many ways. There's so many things that are just going in. There's so many people who are coming up. There's so many ways to set things off. So one of the things you got to understand is part of the situation is understanding the power of money. Superstar ex-quarterback Boomer Esiason said he came up lower middle class, raised by his father because his mom passed young. He never went hungry, but neither he nor anyone he ever knew had money. This is the situation. This is why, like, Russell Wilson was such a different situation. Russell's grandfather is the president of a university. I also say when he got his first check, it was gone in 3 weeks. There's a YouTube channel talking about these folks when they get their first big check and how fast that money disappears. He talks about that, how fast that money disappears. Because see, part of the process of, because I want you guys to make 100 and 150K a year. And if you're going from $33,000 to 150K a year, that's a big change. Glamour just did this anesthesiologist, this profile. She makes 1.3 million a year. And if you know how much anesthesiologists make, she's got something else that's bringing in almost a million a year. And the chick was married and she only paid $2,000 a month child support. I was like, she got off light. She got off real light. The front office called him in and told him financial training was mandatory. He would lose his spot. Oh, they got financial camps for all these rookies coming into the NFL. A lot of them just don't listen. Herm Ed was just like, you don't need 10 Mr. T chains. You don't need the Mr. T starter chain. Because essentially, you got to look at these kids. They're kids. They're going from college. And if they're going that first round, instant millionaire. Everybody in the first round becomes an instant millionaire. And pretty much the second round. Like J.K. Scott, the former kicker for Alabama, he went to Green Bay. His contract's like 2.2 million to kick a ball. So once again, the 5 things you got to do in 2020. Get on a budget. Get on a budget. Get your credit straight and make your credit better. Create a success environment. And this, once again, if you're in a bad relationship, you really need to look at that, because that bad relationship is sucking precious energy that you could redirect to make money out of you. I have not been in a really bad relationship in a long time. And I can just remember getting in BS fights and just being mad for a week or two over nothing. Nothing. So that's just gone. Winston Davis. Hello, Cameron. How much? The art of everything. All right, here's the deal. Everyone that buys digital education for $1,600 gets everything, because I just came up with some more stuff that I want to put in. So I'm probably going to extend that by a week. But they get everything that's on the platform in digital education. Rod for real say people don't understand just how much these NFL player guys make, but once it's gone, it's real life hurts bad. Because you were up here. You were living this life. You know, some of these NFL teams have private planes to fly the teams to their games. They got the team branded plane. You hanging around fancy people. You got the best training table, the best workout facility. You're an NFL player. That right there just commands respect. Once again, this is one of the things that a lot of these girls in college know. These girls know when this guy's going pro, and they lock it down. Like Jonathan Allen, one of the defensive men for Washington Redskins. He met his wife, not his girlfriend. He met his wife at Alabama, and she locked it down. She got married. These girls know when these guys are gonna go big. They know, and they be like, hey. And also from a statistical standpoint, the chances of them meeting someone who's going to do better are so slim to none that they know. Eighth wonder of the world, 1978. What about seeking new skills for 2020? That's part of creating a success environment. Douglas Jones. That's funny. She thought you was sweet on her. Digital education, Winston Davis. Yeah, they got the best of everything. And when you stop being an NFL player, like if you look at these guys like Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Emmitt Smith, who did 16 years in the NFL, when they Deion Sanders, when they come out, it's like, what did I do with myself? Because if you look at Emmitt Smith, 16 years, 4 years, and 20 years he's playing football. That's a significant chunk of their life. Mr. Big, I agree with that. Someone told me it's harder to be a has-been than it ever was. Once you get a taste, you know what it tastes like. You know what the good life is like. And to lose that, that's hard. Like Will Smith, I don't know if you can find the interview when he's talking about how he blew through all his first money, and he was like, when he did the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, he was broke, and he said it was the hardest thing to be had all that money and to be broke. He said that was so hard. The eighth wonder of the world. You think NFL players have it good? The soccer players around the world, the NFL players of the rest of the world, or Hamilton, the Formula One driver, he makes like 90 million. He has his own private plane. So once again, everyone needs a budget. Everyone needs a budget. I think Lamar Jackson is on the budget because I think he only got like 11 million and he got like 6 million signing bonus, which the government took probably 2 in taxes because these signing bonuses are taxed heavily. So he lost 2 right off the rift, and he bought all his linemen Rolexes for Christmas. He's got a good heart. Lewis Hamilton is the best. Lewis. That's a bad boy. Referrals said, I just saw a few former players hanging out Beastmore store this weekend. They had on big chains and smoking blunts, just regular folks now. When you were living that life, when you were going with people, I mean, once you get a taste of that good life, and this is why I'm teaching you guys of the 2 to 3 year process. If you go through the process and you get to that 150 and you learn how to manage money, once you get there, you will stay there. There ain't none of this whole thing is, and this is street hustler stuff. Like, hey man, if you lost all that money, how would you make it? Once again, we talked about Wells Fargo. They ain't lose that money. They got more and more money. Wells Fargo was a 100-year-old company in 1952. And they still going. The Wells Fargo heirs are still getting that cake. There was no, we blew up and we lost our money. That's some hood stuff. Like, which is predicated on the drug dealer or the NFL player who has a sudden accelerated rise. Then that's where that comes from. You're a drug dealer, you living on top of the world one day. Next day, the feds get you or you get shot. Oh, in 2020, I'm going to be on a education junket. Be putting out a lot of stuff. Well, when you go up like Omni and the Hellcat, in 2016 he was broke. 2019 he's not broke. $50,000 a year, $50,000 a month is $600,000 a year. 99.8% of the people on the planet don't make that. James Wade, you don't actually have to sell your soul to make that money. If you're like dealing with drugs, yeah, you may have to sell your soul. But once again, there's so many ways to make money legitimately where you can make money, serve your fellow man, and do well in life. There's so many ways to do that. You don't have to sell your soul. You don't have to sell drugs. Oh yeah, the digital money courses covers, yeah, the YouTube channel and everything. Let me see. Let me go ahead and flip this. All right, so digital education, and then let me go ahead and explain how we're going to do this. This collection of courses teaches you how to make money online from mindset to YouTube. So I've included the how to start a service business because once again, it's kind of hard to start YouTube when you're broke. I will teach you how to make money. It's going to include the business classes, how to market and sell on YouTube, how to make more money from broke money to broke Dick Dan to pay Percy, the strategic holding company. I'm going to do a Google AdWords course, how to create, sell online courses for profit, the Hustler's Mindset course, how to make money with content, how to never be broke again, and the money game, how to play to win. Plus, I'm going to add some more stuff to digital education. I figure it's going to take me 3 to 6 months to build it all out. But once again, I'm starting with money management and a service business so you can make some money. So that's where we're going with all of that. So all that's going to be included. Plus, I'm going to extend the deadline a week because I'm going to add some more stuff to it. And I'm going to put all this in the digital education bundle. So it's going to be a juicy bundle. It's going to be really, really juicy. Because for YouTube channels, because the way that I'm going to teach the YouTube channel is to do what I did with my first digital product. The whole channel was wrapped around the product. Because see, first of all, you're going to have to think about it a little bit before you actually just start doing YouTube videos. You're going to have a plan. You're going to have to figure out what's your audience, how to aim the channel, how to, there's a lot to it. There's so much to it. But I want you guys to understand that 2020 is the beginning year because you're not going to be where you want to be to 2023. But the process will start in 2020. Rod, for real estate, you should look. I've sent out, good Lord, all these alerts. I sent out a discount to everyone who bought the Art of Holding and some other courses through the, check your spam folder. You should have some discount links in there. Is there any overlap between Hustlers Kung Fu University and B School for Hustlers? I'm enrolled. Nope. Going to be totally different stuff. Totally different stuff. Because what I'm doing with the strategic holding company, there's going to be stuff in there about trust. there's going to be, it's just completely revamped. So Rod, for real estate, if you got the art of holding, some other courses, I sent this out through Hustlers Kung Fu University in the messaging system. So there should be some messages in your inbox. Check your spam folder, because I've done that a few times. But one of the things that you guys have got to understand, Rod, for a link, there is a promo code. There should be a promo code in your inbox. All right, Polly Robinson, I got all the books you talked about in one video a few days ago. Very good content. Awesome. 2020, we about to get it, man. We're about to begin the process, because one of the reasons I want to be honest with you guys is it ain't going to be an overnight thing. Winston Davis, how long will the Hustlers Kung Fu University? Forever. I'm going to revamp a little Hustlers Kung Fu. I'm going to change the prices of stuff. Hustlers Kung Fu University ain't going nowhere. There's a lot of people who've gotten great benefit from that, and more people in the future will. I'm going to be selling stuff out of Hustlers Kung Fu University. I'm going to be selling, stuff with B School for Hustlers. It's just, since I can do payment plans with Stripe, it just makes sense that if I'm going to put something there that I'm going to run a payment plan on versus Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills. Because I was really kind of caught up between putting the how to start a service business section at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, but I knew that I wanted to offer a payment plan because I knew I was going to raise the price. So it just made more sense to put it in B School for Hustlers. So Winston Davis, Hustlers Kung Fu is, you're going to see me talk about both platforms, because Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills is more geared toward offline businesses. And B School for Hustlers will be more mindset and digital education. ES, can a holding company be a trustee for a trust? You're going to need a person to be a trustee. If I'm like, you're going to need a person. Yeah, that's going to have to be an individual. You know, you're going to need an individual to be a trustee. So ES, no, you're going to still have to find a person to be a trustee. Because the way my landlord had his trust set up was his kids were the trustees or the beneficiaries. So you're going to need a person. Thank you, Johnny Walden. Happy New Year. So one of the things that we're going to get into is, first of all, we got to cure the bad habit of bad money management habits. That's the biggest disease right there, because there are many of you who are making enough money that you could free yourself, but you just got some bad money habits, like this habit of financing everything. You're making $50K a year and you got a $65,000 depreciating asset in your driveway. That's just not good money management. What are the HCs? What is that, Winston? This is a serious question. Should people be buying courses when they're broke? I give enough information on this channel that if you watch this channel and take action, you won't be broke. There ain't no reason that you should be broke. There's enough information on this channel for you to make money. So that's a serious response, because if you are broke, you've got bad money management habits. And holding companies. Once again, I'm not going to get into a state to state thing, because I'm going to look into that in the future. What's some of the best states to create holding companies? Because you can create a holding company in a tax favored state like Florida or Texas, and then you could create your operating company from that holding company in another state. We'll be talking about that. So, yes. Poli, I'm going to next year bring back. I'm trying to find a company, because these text notification companies are a trip. Johnny, well, my bad habit was a female, a friend of mine that wanted money every weekend. I had to let her go. Engineering life skills. Hey, the girl in the van is now doing Google Pixel commercials. See? She ain't gonna be living in that van long. She ain't gonna be living in that van long. Life for business. If you broke while you have internet access, LOL. Did you say 50% of her? What are you talking about, Sky? So, like I said, once again, we're going to be talking, because you got to get your personal finances straight. You got to get that. The female artist from yesterday. Refresh my mind, the singer. Because there are some singers who've built their whole careers on YouTube. Because you can make some killer money being a singer on YouTube. Maddie B Raps, he started on YouTube, and he'll book venues and sell $50 to $100 tickets and make $250,000 in one night. Oh, that never worked out because her people freaked out. That never worked out. We had an agreement where we're going to split 50-50 or whatever happened. But once she told her people that she signed this contract with me, we freaked out, and we never ended up working together. The other dude, I don't say much usually, but the first advice Glenn gives is to work your ass off. 2 or 3 jobs if need be. Get out of debt so you can have time to think. Absolutely. Thanks for the $10, Joe Smo. Glendon, Happy New Year. I'm working on my money management after I bought your course. Spending the money on the course made me accountable to start managing my expenses. Congratulations, because that's a big, big part of what plagues so many Americans is the lack of sound money management. What do you think about starting a business in California? California is an expensive state to start anything in. I mean, you start something in California, you're going to be paying a lot of money. But California by itself is the world's 5th largest economy. Let me say this again. California by itself is the world's 5th largest economy. So there's crazy money in California. Yep, I do. Super One. So one of the things is that we're going to be working on is getting the money management stuff, because this is why I started with the money management course, and this is why the second course is how to start a service business, because you're going to be working in 2020. There won't be enough. When your days off, you're going to sleep so well because you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired. You're going to have to put in some work to make all this come out the way that you want it to be. And it's within you. You can do it. You're just not used to working like the type of work that's going to be required. But the links and everything are below. And that's all I have for you guys today. So happy new year. And I will talk to you guys later. Tomorrow's a football day. There's some bowl games on. You know, this is weird. I see some of these games that are like 6-6 and 5-6 going to a bowl game. Really? Really? All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.